Alright, hello again. Don't mind any banging you might hear. There are kittens in the background running around. Wait, hold on a second. That's off censored. Anyways. So, firstly, I'm sorry I haven't been able to upload recently. I've been rather busy, and I was going to record yesterday, but an emergency came up, so that didn't happen. But, yeah. So, this video, I am talking about the Wyvern, or going to be using the Wyvern with the Icarus. Now, Icarus do not, by simply existing, continuously keep the Wyvern's perk charge, as you can see in the bottom center, next to the two cannons symbols, which show their reload. There is a vehicle with a 0 above it, in a circle with a 0 above it. That is the Wyvern's perk. However, the Icarus cannot do this. You still have to jump off the ramp. But the Hermes, because they give you the ability to jump, can do that. As you can see, I have now reached 25 charges. Now, the most efficient way I've discovered of doing this is actually jumping on a wee bit of an incline. So if you're, let's say, get my weapons reloading, so go here. No, that was not an incline. That went downwards. That's a drastic incline. So, let me see. I can do here. Oops. Anyways. Now, if it jumped there, it would have charged even more. The other option for hovers is doing this against a wall. It doesn't always work. Some walls your hovers will get caught on instead of doing that, but some walls you will be able to do that, and it will charge up your perk, as apparently being on your side does not count. Most of the time. It seemingly counts here. Oh, that charged up somewhat, so yeah. But obviously the best charge is if you can find a bridge or a high ramp like that and just jump as you reach the top. Now, I was going to record this video anyways, but somebody asked me in the comments if in one of my comment sections if Icarus kept the perk fully charged. They do not, but as it turns out, they asked just as this was going to be my next video, since I made this build because somebody mentioned that they were working with the Wyvern, and I was like, wait a minute, I wonder how that would be with my jumbos. So, for those of you who don't know, the Wyvern's perk is being in the air for 0.05 seconds accumulates a bonus, a boost. A boost bonus is what they're calling it here, but yeah. It accumulates a charge. Each charge boosts damage. Each charge increases damage by 1%. Maximum amount of boosts is 40%. So you can have 40 charges, and each one of those is worth 1% of damage, if I have understood this correctly. And, yeah. Which means that you can have a maximum of 40% extra damage with maximum stacks. And so, I was like, what if I try this with the jumbos? And, yeah. It works. Now, the one issue is because I'm running jumbos, they are extremely heavy, and the Wyvern cabin is a light cabin, I believe. So it doesn't have a lot of tonnage. So I can't handle a lot of weight. As a matter of fact, I can... Yeah, like Kevin. As a matter of fact, I can just barely hold... In fact, I can't... It can't even hold the 2 Jumbos. I have to have every single one of these. If I remove one, I'm suddenly overweight. Now, you could make a Goliath hover build, and that would work for now, because next update they intend to rework the Goliaths and stuff, so I don't think that will work anymore. Beyond that, I have the Amper, because it's a generator, gives me 1 additional energy, and I need that in order to run 2 cannons that require 6 power. I've also got the Daze, because I figured a stealth shield that can shut down perks might be useful, especially if somebody's rushing at me with Hedron, or somebody's trying to snipe me from a distance with cannons or rockets. And so far it's been quite effective. Now, I'm going to take this into the... I'm going to take this... I'm going to carefully take this over here, because I want all my perks, all my boosts to leave. I don't want any boosts. I want to kind of show a before and after of damage. So, I'm going to shoot this corner over here without boosts. That actually wasn't a lot of... Oh, that's because I hit with the bolts. Hold on. 3,000, 2,000, so around 5,000 to 6,000 damage. Now, let me activate my boosts. Okay. 7,000, and I believe that was 1 shot. I'm gonna check just to be sure. I don't know. It might have been both. 8.6 thousand. So yeah. Yep. These are doing almost 9k damage. Almost. 8.6 thousand, that's 8,600, that's 400 away from being 1,000 damage. Now, the downside to this build is I don't have Yokozuna Cabin, so I can't knock people away from me. I don't have reload module, so I can't fire multiple shots in a row. But what I do have is insane damage. Now, as you may have noticed, I only have 1 structural part. That's literally all I can fit without going overweight. And so that means I have a very low durability threshold at 3,000. Almost 4,000. But I have 3,800, so this is literally the definition of a glass cannon. However, despite that, it is extremely effective. Once you get the perk fully charged, which you normally can do at the start of a game by just ramping off something large on your way to meet with opponents, you will be able to keep the perk fully charged for the rest of the game by just casually jumping up and down every time your jump boost is off cooldown. And yeah, so this is an extremely light and delicate build to play. You don't so much need to play hit and run, but you do need to play kind of with your team. You kind of stay behind your team for the most part, dash in, fire a shot over your team's shoulder, and drop, and then occasionally dash in to drop a shield. Now, this build can play on its own without a team, without teammates occasionally, but it's more difficult. Yeah. I have taken out 3 enemies at a time, and I have taken out some significantly stronger enemies than, or at least enemies with significantly higher HP pools with this build. As it turns out, having this shield is actually insanely helpful, as even if nobody drives through it, the ability to mess up their aim is quite useful, especially when you have almost no durability. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. It's been already 10 minutes of me just talking about the build, and I'm gonna hop into some matches. There might not necessarily be a lot of wins. I will state that, because as I mentioned before, this does heavily depend on your team. You're meant to deal as much damage as you can for as long as you can, but despite its low HP threshold, it actually seems to survive decently okay when played right. So, I'll hop into a match and I'll talk to you there. Alright. This is not necessarily the best map for this build. One other thing I should probably mention is this is my first match in, I believe, 3 days. So, I might be a little rusty. Use that to get some damage points. Alright. Dang. Okay. I do not know where they're coming from. I don't have a radar. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Okay. Looks like they're all for the most part at base. Drop a nuke on that guy. That's an issue. Okay, and I've already been disarmed. And I can't even keep my... Okay, apparently this doesn't count to keep my perks stacked. That's not ideal. Tipping over doesn't count. Wait a minute. Still making this sound like I have hovers. Wait a minute, I just realized I can move. Hold on. Alright. So, face this way. Okay, opponent's over there. Okay. Well. Alright. I got 4th place. Alright. I got 4th place and was disabled for half the match, so that's not bad. Actually, I think it was more than half. Alrighty. I'm gonna hop into another one, and I will see you there. Okay. So yeah, last match I had a decent team. And granted, I also didn't stay with them very much, so... Sorry. I did not stay nearby them, so I probably would have lasted longer if I'd have stayed with the team. Oh, I did not realize that was out of bounds. Looking for walls to slam against. Alright, does not work there. So let me just jump, because I think there's somebody coming. There we go, full charges. Okay. Let me hop over here, drop a shield. Okay, that guy's got Oculus. I missed. My shield's about to drop. I think I hit my teammate. Just probably needed to be more over to the side. I am not hitting anything right now. That, or he's constantly activating his Oculus, which might actually be the case. They got somebody over there sniping as well. Okay. Wait, there's somebody on our base. How do we manage that? Okay, I need to back up. Seriously, dude? Okay. Okay, that guy should be down. This guy, if I can get out of the way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these guys are tag teaming. And doing a really good job of it too, so, yeah. Ooh, this was the cycling guy from last match. Yeah, I wasn't able to do much there. I only had one teammate in the area. And that guy was already having his hands full with the, shotgun guy. He's dead now, but... Okay. Well, we managed to keep it a draw. Yeah. I'm a tad rusty. However, when I was last playing, I did pretty good with that build. I even took it into Clan Wars and managed to two-shot some people. So, it's strong, and the first match I played with it was in PvP. I shot like 5 out of 6 people, and every single shot set someone on fire. And none of them were on fire from before that. I think maybe excepting one person. And that person I think I took out. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hop into another match and see if maybe I can do slightly better. I forget this build works better if you have like a team that you're on comms with. I did manage to do alright in PvP, but I believe I needed to play a little different than I would in Clan Wars with this thing. Anyways, I'm gonna hop into another match. Alright. Let's see how we do. I'm gonna run over here. That gave me barely any. There we go. Okay. Charge up my perk. Oh my goodness. Already on, the retro build's already on me. Only 400 damage. Oh, not retros. Okay, let me throw up an Aegis. Okay, I think that retro guy, or avalanche, yep, there's somebody coming up behind. Yep. Ah, shotgun, it's not avalanche, but close enough. Oof. Yeah. Damn. Our team got demolished there. Alright, well. Like I said, this build is rather dependent on your team. It's not going to very likely be the clutch, last minute clutch of any kind. It can occasionally clutch up if, hold on. It can occasionally be a last minute clutch if, there's 3 opponents left and you're looking to take them out, but that's not always going to be reliable. It's definitely not a last minute rush into the base and prevent it from being captured whilst it's at 99% kind of clutch build. It's not even so much a hit and run build. Maybe I guess that's what it would qualify most as, though. Maybe I guess it is kind of a hit and run build, because it's not so much an ambush build as you would attack from, like, stealth or something, and then, and hopefully kill them with that. And if not, you generally would have enough survivability to finish them off once you are done reloading. Most shotgun builds would qualify as ambush builds. Or at least the stealth wedge ones. So I guess it is more of a hit and run build, as you run up, fire at somebody, and then run away behind your team. Or drop your shield, so that they can't target you. I will admit a radar on this thing would be really awesome, but that would mean I'd have to run a different cabin. Or have a teammate. Okay, like nearly happened. But, yeah. Alright. Nice. I probably could have done that a bit more efficiently with the, rocket guy. The guy with the red guy with the waltz, but it worked out alright in the end. Alright, I'm gonna hop into another match, and I will talk to you then. This map again. Okay, so one thing I've noticed is opponents have a habit of coming up from behind, but they also come up from the other side, so firstly I'm gonna jump. Okay, never mind, I was gonna jump down to stack up my perk a bit, but fire out in this direction. Yep. Okay, so we got... I think we actually have one. Hold up. Wait. Somebody just drove past my teammate with a Hedron? I think that's what happened there. Yeah, I'm not capping the base in time. There is no way. Yeah. Okay. That was a rapid defeat. I don't know what happened. Like, 2 of my teammates were disabled within the first, what, 20 seconds? I don't know. I don't know if somebody drove past me with a Hedron and I never noticed and took them both out. But, or at least took out both of their frames, but I don't know. Anyways, that or the Cyclone guy was had extremely insane accuracy. And took out all their frames. But anyways, I'm gonna hop into another match. Ooh, maybe somebody with Corvos on our team. That could be interesting. This time I'm gonna see if I can actually jump off. Okay, there's somebody coming around from one of these angles. Okay, I missed that entirely. Let me charge up my perk. Hope that nobody... I'm gonna set this up. Damn it. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, that went badly. As I did that in time. Ooh. I have not seen these, though. I've only seen, like, 2 other players running those. They're not generally that good. Which would probably be why. They're getting shredded. Ooh, this guy again. This time he's on my team. Nice. Oh, that guy lost his frames. We got a level 1 Cyclone player. He's currently losing to the shotgun guy. We got a Theseus guy. Also level 1 Theseus. Hey, they managed to tag team it. The level 1 weapons, nice. To get this guy and the Hulk Cannon guy are the only 2 left. Yeah, the Hulk Cannon guy is dead. That's kind of gonna be what happens if you go underneath someone's cover. Yeah, this is the guy that screwed up the team last time. I'm pretty sure of it. Last match. That would have been the guy that drove past and dropped the turrets and took out 2 of my teammates' frames. Okay. What level is this? 28. Not bad. Ah, that was a landmine build. Cyclone's behind you. Watch out. Ooh, and the cyclone guy is rather squishy. It's not the target. Target the cyclone guy, dude. Okay. That was close. But the cyclone guy being on fire would have been the ideal target. Ah, well. Yeah, that's not the best map for this build. Alright. I'll hop into another match, and I think that'll be it for this video. If you are less rusty than I am, this build does work better than this, I will say that. But I haven't played in a few days, so I'm a bit rusty. Alright, I'm gonna hop into another match. Okay, this map isn't bad. Okay. I'm gonna do that because my Icarus will make me move faster whilst I'm reloading. Decent charges. Oops, wrong button. Alright. I got an 8-second reload. Well, it's pretty much up now. I'm gonna drop this here. Hit the brakes and drop that. Then, boom. This is actually a decent map for this build. Okay, drop this down here. Not sure where that guy went. That guy's dead. Wow, that was a very fast takeover. I don't know where this last guy is. I don't know if he's in a sniper position, if he's disabled somewhere, or what. But I'm gonna hop onto the base and cap. I'll put this here. Nice. Well. Only got a couple shots off. And we did have somebody with Punishers on our team. So that would make a pretty significant difference. Speaking of which, who did we have on the team? No names are recognized. Wait. What? We had Ghostface Killer on the enemy team? That guy normally runs a small build with Punishers. A small fast build with Punishers, and he's extremely annoying to deal with, but apparently I never even faced him. Well. Anyhow, so yeah, that is the build. Obviously, if you have parts to do it, you can do it with other stuff. I did try this build with legs and Hermes, but the legs don't lend well to jumping with the Hermes. I couldn't even get an inch off the ground. However, these were the walker legs and not the spider legs. The spider legs might work better. I don't know. I don't have any. Beyond that, you might be able to do something with Hermes and augers, or maybe even the Hermes and the Goliath tracks before they get reworked in the next update. And who knows, maybe even after they get reworked in the next update, you may still be able to do something with them. Yeah, beyond that I can't really think of any good combinations. Wheels don't generally work well with hovers. Maybe if they added the Omni wheels, but that probably still wouldn't work as well. I don't know. One thing I would like to point out, jumbos are not the only option for the Wyvern, and for this build you can most definitely use different weapons. Some may even be more effective, especially longer range weapons. And pretty much any other weapon, unless it's a cannon, is going to be lighter weight than these, which means that you'll be able to put on more armor and structural parts. And therefore you won't have as much of a glass cannon as I have. But yeah, I may do a video on that next where I take this build and use different weapons and see how much more armor I can put on. If I remember correctly, taking off just one of the jumbos and replacing it with a cricket allowed me to significantly armor this thing up. It went from 3,000 durability to, I think, around 9k durability, which was pretty significant. So, yeah. Running lighter weight weapons on this will most definitely make a difference and be more useful. And as for modules, if you're running 2 weapons that cost 6 power, or 4 weapons that cost, or 3 power, or 3 weapons that cost 4 power, if you're running any of those, you're going to need the generator. But if you're alright with running a combination of weapons, like 2 weapons that cost 4 power and 1 weapon that costs 3, or 2 weapons that cost 5 power, or even 1 that costs 6 and 1 that costs 5, then you should be fine using like a engine or something to get more armor. I believe that's what I did when I switched up to the cricket. I equipped the Colossus engine, if I remember correctly. That allowed me to armor this up a lot more. As for the active modules, stealth would work just fine on this. Aegis would probably work fine, especially if you're running a tankier build than I am. One thing that I probably will try it at some point is this build, or maybe not this build specifically, but this cabin with melee weapons. Because that is one thing I have not tried, and I have heard good things about it. Oh, also, for this specific build, the best co-driver would be this gal, because of the it's between her and Grizzly. Grizzly has the reload, and whilst you only have 3,000 durability, your cabin does at least, which isn't enough to activate his perk, your wheels and frame have, as well as your jumbos, have more durability. And a good chunk of the time your wheels are going to be getting damaged before your cabin does. Which means that normally he is able to proc once or twice, at least. However, there will be occasions where he won't be able to proc, and that's where this pilot is better. Because mine's only level 3, but the more you level her up, the longer her skill effect will last for. And therefore, the longer your build will last. Her, after charging up her perk, as long as the skill is active, all mounted weapons acquire the effect of heating. I already have that effect, so that's not relevant for this setup. And the parts for the armored car can't be destroyed. They remain with 1 point of durability. This means this includes your cabin, as well as your weapons and wheels and so on. Now, mine's level 3, so it doesn't last for very long. It lasts for 3 seconds, but I have a teammate who I believe has his at level 15, I think, and his lasts for, what was it, 4 to 5 seconds, I think. Maybe even 6, somewhere around there. I know it can last for a decent amount of time at higher levels. But yeah. And it also will require less to charge up. For this build in particular, though, like, one shot charges the perk over halfway. Like, I'm gonna go over to the bus again because it's probably the best spot to showcase this, yeah, alright. Down here next to the cabin symbol, over halfway full. And then another shot and full. So yeah, you have to deal and receive damage within 40 meters in order to activate her perk. But apparently 9,000 damage is a lot, or almost 9,000. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you next time. I probably will do a melee version of this next time. See you then.